People with needs, people who care. It's an extraordinary match found through the PALS organization, a volunteer team of pilots and support personnel dedicated to bettering the lives of patients and families in need of medical air transport to treatment centers up and down the East Coast. When the need is there, PALS is there, flying from thousands of private airports to render service and transportation for qualified patients and families. Why do we do it? It's a passion. It changes lives. It's a way to give back. The pilots of PALS are everyday folks who love to fly. They have turned that passion into a vocation for serving others to keep the stress of acute medical care or humanitarian aid to a minimum.
Walking like a one-man army.
From the moment the process starts with the first phone call to PALS, the expert care begins. The PALS staff assesses need and authorizes the mission. Medical clearances are obtained, logistics are handled, and flights are arranged. Then, the pilots take over, calling the patients, arranging the departure, and creating a one-on-one experience that makes the trip not only worry-free, but actually a positive memory. These patrons of the sky are well-trained, well-prepared, and committed to making every moment they have with those in their care life-changing. Each step along the way makes a difference, from the takeoff in a well-appointed private plane to the amazing views offered by flying on a non-commercial flight to the gentle landing at the destination. PALS provides hope and the possibility of a better life to everyone we fly. People in need, people who care. Every day, PALS makes a difference. It's that difference that makes the effort effortless.
Never to say what you need to say again.
When PALS received an emotional call from Tennille Cyphers asking for help with air transportation from her hometown in Norfolk, Virginia to Boston, Massachusetts, the PALS answer was a resounding yes. Tennille's 9-month-old son, Christopher Cyphers, was born with tetralogy of Fallot, a rare and potentially fatal congenital heart disease. After 2 open-heart surgeries, Christopher has spent most of his infancy in hospitals and at doctor's visits. The financial, emotional, and physical stress for the family was devastating. The Cyphers had to sell their property, and Tennille became a stay-at-home nurse, caring for her son. When Tennille learned that without treatment, Christopher would not reach his first birthday, she was determined that this wouldn't be Christopher's fate. She did extensive research and found a specialist for her son at Children's Hospital of Boston. She needed Christopher to get to Boston, and she desperately needed help. And then she heard about PALS. One phone call later, and the transportation barriers were removed. Christopher's potentially life-saving treatment was now a free plane ride away. In addition to arranging air transportation, a car pal was waiting for them at the airport to drive them to their temporary Boston home. Stress-free, worry-free, PALS care. Christopher had the surgery, and PALS completed their mission, flying them back home to Virginia, where he celebrated his first birthday on November 5th, 2010. People in need, people who care. It's an extraordinary matchup. It's a matchup that will continue to grow as long as there are extraordinary people who believe in the power of this organization and the lives it changes. PALS, changing lives, one flight at a time.